Hello everybody, Negasonic 2277, 2277, so many variations of that, bringing you Sonic World. This is a fan game that was created, and well, I wouldn't say completely created, it's still in the beta stages, and it's really unique. It's sort of a mixture of Sonic Adventure with Sonic Generations, with classic, with a little bit of, it's pretty much all of the Sonic games from Colors onward, kind of incorporated all together, subtracting, of course, Sonic Boom, which hasn't actually been released yet, and also a hint of, well, I say Sonic 06 past that, but it's Sonic Adventure, Sonic Adventure 2, Sonic Heroes. So you mix all those together with elements of modern era, Generations, Colors, and so on. And it's got a mixture of characters of far variety. Starting off with, if you just want to name off a few, you have all of the characters from Heroes in their own aspects, as well as all of the characters, from the different generations as well. Such as Sonic Rush Adventure, you have like Blaze, Marine, 06, you have Silva, as you can see here, Amy Rose, and so on. Even some back from the Archie days, such as Bean, Sonic the Fighters, them kind of characters. Of course, they don't have Honey, but, that's just goes without saying. So anyway, before I continue my rambling, because I can easily ramble on, this is the gallery screen, and you can easily find it via the main menu. As I've said before, this is still in the beta stages, so this will introduce each one of the playable characters, and even non-playable characters, and it's really interesting. You get a little bit of a backstory, as you can see on the left side of the screen, as well as the name of the character up top, and their animation and sprite on the right, inside a colored circle that best insinuates their color scheme, as well as a nifty background or song that changes based off of the character. Now, obviously not all characters have their own theme, so they have been tweaked with some of the previous soundtracks from previous games, as well as a nice, as you can see here, animation style that changes only based off of when you click the button. So you have your walk cycle, your moderate, I'd like to say jog style, and I always like to think that Vector's too cool to run. His music just suits him so well. But yes, Vector the Crocodile. S big. Run, Froggy, run! I don't know why he has Froggy with him, but, it's the same thing as having cream and cheese, although in other games cheese was actually of use. I really did enjoy the different things they decided to do. Yes, Mighty the Armadillo is playable. Like I said, they've even incorporated characters from the Archie comics, such as Ray the Flying Squirrel. Not really a playable character in any game ever. So it's kind of neat to be able to incorporate the many different old characters, and Fang the Sniper, or NACK the Weasel. Archie explained some form of that as to why they call them the different names, but that would be going too far into the comics. I like Bean's background music, it's interesting. He chose the Chow Garden, one of the Dark Chow Garden. Chow Garden battle theme, dark theme, one of the races, either way, from Sonic Adventure 2. And yes, Tails doll. So creepy. This game is free for download. It's as I said in the past, it's still in the beta stages, and God, can that fat man run! As you can see underneath, Dr. Robotnik's name is non-playable, but they still gave him a running animation, which is a nice little feature, as well as Vanilla, the Rabbit, and Chocola, using some of the Knights soundtrack theme music in the background. Obviously, right now I'm just rambling because there's not a whole lot I can say based off the gallery sequence. And using some of the Sonic Lost World background music, God, the gameplay on that game, meh, but the music, oh my God, is so gorgeous, so well done, and you can actually change the theme. I chose the underwater theme just for the music mostly, just because, God, I love the music. And here is the main menu, well, not main menu, but as the character selection screen that you'll get, and it gives you all the different abilities, such as Light Dash, Sonic Boom, the Insta Shield, Spin Kick, Drift, Jump Higher or Double Jump, the Stomp, the Spin Dash, Normal Jump, Homing Attack, and all of these change based off the character that you choose. And there you go. You can throw dummy rings, punch, drop rings, the Light Dash. This is obviously not a live playthrough, thank God. Mostly because there's just, since it's in the beta stages, there's a couple of errors. This is kind of me rambling on about basically what the potential for this game holds. And in my opinion, as much as has been done with it, it's got quite a bit of a good chance that it could be well known as a pretty dang decent, game. What's unique too is the below each character's names is their max speed and their jump strength. Obviously, each one changes, Sonic and some of the other characters being faster, such as Shadow, and other ones being able to jump higher. Now, since this is in the beta stages, there's only a couple of levels: the Tokyo Street, Seaside Hill, the test stage, and I think there's one more other one, but oh yeah, Final Rush. So we'll go to Seaside Hill, since this is one of the more talked about / completed levels. And here's gameplay. It's not quite half bad. Right away, I can already see a few things that I like, and quite a many things that I don't dislike. Or don't dislike, it's a double negative. God. Yes, there will be deaths in this, simply because there's, this is just a test, to test out the many different aspects of this game. For one, I notice, you don't necessarily drown, you drop to the floor and then just die. You do have a grinding animation, so that's pretty good. The collision detection on this game, like I said, that back there, as was that time, on the top right of the screen, is your boost. You're allowed to Sonic Boost, or, use the boost gauge for a set number of time, and once you let go of it, you have to let it recharge. Obviously right there, I should have ran all the way up the side of the platform, but it wasn't working, and the Sonic Drift, which is broken. Now, the only reason I can bash this and not feel guilty is because this is obviously still beta testing. So, there's still a lot to be done, but for what it is right now, it's pretty good. A major error is collision detection, and coming up here, I don't know why, but it always freezes for some strange reason. And I've tested the quality around a bit. I've put it in delicious 1080p, and I've gone so far as down this to 580p. So, I have this current setting to 580p just to make sure that it is running quite honestly as smoothly as I can possibly get it to run without worrying too much about, quality, seeing as the quality itself is actually not half bad. Like I said, there's a few things that are broken. There is the drift. The Lightspeed Dash is kind of broken. It's, it works to a degree. You just have to hit it at the right time, I suppose. But it's fixable. The homing attack, the problem I find with the homing attack is it's also incorporated with the double jump. Now, you can double jump by lightly tapping the jump button, but you have to have a full jump in the beginning before you can lightly tap it. It's so technical. The homing attack usually works the second you get near, and now I'm invincible. No, I'm not. I'm just really fast. Be careful, because it makes it extremely hard to keep a handle. Sonic's direction needs to be tweaked quite a bit. Obviously, I chose single player in this particular mode. At the time, I did not notice the other spring that was actually further back there, so I thought you just couldn't get any further than this. I was rather confused. So, they brought back the Sonic spinning kick attack, which is good. There's the spring. Use the spring! Why did I not notice the spring? But I also decided I probably wouldn't stay too much longer in single player anyway, because there's so many other aspects of this game that can be exploited. The camera, it's as of right now, it's not bad. It's actually quite well laid out. I really do enjoy the camera angles. I didn't do much justice for them because there was just points in the game where I just screwed up so many times. And yes, the spin dash is, although it looks like it's broken, it's not really all that broken. It just depends on how you hit it. If you barely lightly tap it or just hold it, it doesn't always work. Sometimes if you quickly hit it, it'll charge up correctly. It all depends. But like I said, this is all beta testing. So let's get out of single player with Sonic, and I'll actually end up going in and out a couple of times because I tried to switch up a few things. God, that music is so gorgeous. No, Sonic. Get out of there! The loading screen. Jesus. The loading screen, thank God, is not as long as it is in 06. But it is takes a little bit of time. It's just nothing to snuff about. There's a couple of different missions. You can go for the gold ring, go for time, chase after Eggman in some sorts. I haven't actually gone all the way through this game, believe it or not. This will introduce all the teams. There's obviously Team Dark, Team Chaos, Team Sonic, Team Dr. Eggman, which consists of Eggman, good lord, he's not playable, I said it earlier, jeez, consists of basically Metal Sonic, Metal Knuckles, and Tails Doll. Oddly enough, they should have just went with Metal Tails, but whatever. This is the custom section, where you can choose the 3 members that you want. Now, obviously, you can choose, let's say, all speed characters. Sonic, Shadow, and I don't know, Sonic, Shadow, and Silver. Just the main hedgehogs. But it won't do you very much good. You're going to need a balance. So you'll need a flying type, obviously a speed type, and a power type. So for this one, I went with, I do believe it should be Blaze from Team Soul, Knuckles from Team Sonic, and Cream from Team Rose. Now notice, since I chose Shadow as my speed character, the Seaside Hill emblem has changed from blue from Sonic over to Shadow. Now, since this is beta, obviously you cannot see the other players. Their animation hasn't quite been developed in properly, I'd like to say. But they are still there. Now, the only problem I face in choosing why I said Blaze earlier, I forgot I actually did go through this a little bit earlier, but each character has their own unique skill set. Shadow actually has his chaos powers. Sonic, typical lightspeed dash and that kind of thing. Everybody has a spin dash to some degree, which is good. You know, Knuckles has his unique climbing ability, as well as Rouge. It's kind of like I said, it's a similarity between Heroes and Adventure 2 Battle, because there's grinding aspects and things like that. But you know, nothing really from Lost World, so there's no gravity-defying gimmicks or anything like that. Excuse me. Here I literally had trouble figuring out that I can customize my controller for each specific set of moves and things like that. But I like to ramble. I do notice that a lot. It's a lot easier to do a commentary on something I really know. I mean, For this, it's not like I've beaten the game, and this is a beta test, and not only that, but, you just gotta listen to that music. I've always been a fan of Sonic Adventure 1, and the music in that game was, so delightful. But, as you can see here in the control screen, it's typical, click and assign the character for the right controls. I didn't realize by using my Xbox 360 controller, because this game is for PC, that I chose the back button for the change your teammate mode. So this time I'll retweak the teams for Blaze, Cream, and Knuckles. I wanted to choose so many of them, but the problem is I didn't know which characters would do which, such as their power. I knew from, obviously, Heroes that Cream was the flyer, and Knuckles was obviously power, and Blaze, obviously being more suited than Silver to be the speed, but I couldn't necessarily tell, so. Now Blaze, although her homing attack is incorporated in this, it's a little bit different, seeing as she uses her soul emeralds for fire attacks. So she does have like her drop attack, and there's the character change. Cream is obviously the flyer. Her moves are very similar to Heroes, so there's not much difference. She does have a few other abilities. Knuckles, he has his 1-2 punch and uppercut as well, but these moves are all assigned differently. So he has the 1-2 punch as one of his special attacks, and his uppercut is the second special attack. Each character has a set of 3 special attacks that they have unique to their own selves. So let's hit this out with the speed and use Blaze. Now her double attack or homing attack also doubles as a double jump and kind of overrides everything else. And this is the problem I have with this. There's so many things that the collision detection just fails to recognize. So I did it, obviously. Choosing Knuckles for his climbing ability helps a lot. Now here's something you didn't always have in the old games: being able to climb downwards, and based on any direction that you are facing. I can't tell you how many times when I first tested this game that I fell in that water. Thank God for Knuckles. And it's also interesting that you see cheese flying around, but you don't actually see Cream. So here's part of why I talk about the camera angles. Well, that time it didn't work, I forgot. Yeah. Normally when it does work, other than over here this broken drifting, yeah. You know, fortunately, this isn't like the Sonic Fan Remix commentary that I did. This game has a lot more potential than that thing ever had. Granted, it is, you know, not quite going for the classic vibe. It's going for the Heroes / modern generation Sonic vibe. Let's just ignore these guys and fly around them with Cream. Now, what I did like is the creators used voice clips from all of the more updated games, as well as some of the past ones, because it doesn't always work. Not all the voice actors have used their voices lately for the newer characters. So some of them, like Blaze, have been pulled from Generations, as well as a few other sound clips from 06, and thankfully not anything from the Sonic Rush series, just because it wouldn't really make a lot of sense, and it might not come out to be all that great quality. And that's something else, the homing attack is slightly broken. But what I am glad that they didn't do is put in fan voices. You know, if you're trying to go for an official Sonic game, as official as you want to be able to get it, don't use fan voices. Just don't. Okay, so here's what I was talking about. The camera angles. Very well done. I really like how that feels. It gives me the vibe that it's made by Sonic Team. Not many people, I already know that right now, the camera angles can be a big issue. Now, this is Tails' spinning pirouette of fire, if you want to call it. And it's very similar to Tails' Sonic Adventure attack with his, not warrior ribbon, but his little badge. God, I haven't played that game in forever. And God, me and Zero Kirby are getting ready to do an LP of it. I'll be reintroduced to everything. Yeah, something else I've noticed, if you try to switch characters mid-air, they won't actually switch until you touch the ground. That's why the second I touched the ground, Knuckles was able to switch in. Well, this LP is quite honestly coming to a close. There's not a whole lot much I can come up with to say, really. But you can download this game yourself. It's called Sonic World. The link will be in the description below. Give it a test. Give it a try. I recommend it. You know, granted it's being in the beta stages, so there's not a lot you can really say as a complaint as to why it doesn't work or why it does work. But you know, I'm pretty sure all of you, in between time waiting for Sonic Lost World or whatever games you're playing, gives you an opportunity. Yeah, the gold ring is broken. Like I said, the collision detection is still off on this game. But yeah, give it a go, and I'll see you all next time. But afterwards, I do notice that I get an E rank. Well, that's obvious because there's so many things wrong and it takes forever to get this thing right. But you can actually do good if you play this enough. But the results screen, listen to the music. It's beautiful. And there's no results animation because that's still in the process. Didn't like the game all that much. Well, I didn't like all the errors in Sonic 06, but oh, that music. Anyway, Sonic 2277, signing off. Later.